Plato. I am the people's politician. If the day should ever come when the people can't save me, I'll know I'm finished. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Dictatorship naturally arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. All things will be produced in superior quantity and quality, and with greater ease, when each man works at a single occupation, in accordance with his natural gifts, and at the right moment, without meddling with anything else. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs. When he first appears, he is a protector. Democracy is a charming form of government, full of variety and disorder, and dispensing a sort of equality to equals and unequal alike. No one is a friend to his friend who does not love in return. All the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange for virtue. And what, Socrates, is the food of the soul? Surely, I said, knowledge is the food of the soul. Ignorance of all things is an evil neither terrible nor excessive, nor yet the greatest of all, but great cleverness and much learning, if they be accompanied by a bad training, are a much greater misfortune. To be sure I must, and therefore I may assume that your silence gives consent. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. There will be no end to the troubles of states, or of humanity itself, till philosophers become kings in this world, or till those we now call kings and rulers really and truly become philosophers, and political power and philosophy thus come into the same hands. The most important part of education is proper training in the nursery. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. Every heart sings a song, incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. The man who makes everything that leads to happiness depends upon himself, and not upon other men, has adopted the very best plan for living happily. This is the man of moderation, the man of manly character and of wisdom. All men are by nature equal, made all of the same earth by one workman, and however, we deceive ourselves, as dear unto God is the poor peasant as the mighty prince. As the builders say, the larger stones do not lie well without the lesser. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in the government is to live under the government of worse men. Justice in the life and conduct of the state is possible only as first it resides in the hearts and souls of the citizens. There must always remain something that is antagonistic to good. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help, and what they cannot. Motivational quotes Plato. We hope for your support, in the form of likes and comments. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe.